about. Okay, so Daf Kuf Yud. What Kuf Chof, right? So Kuf Yud says Amud Aleph was all sorts of inyanim about Shabbos, how the importance of being mechabed Shabbos, right? And the ingredients to make the Shabbos food smell good is Shabbos, right? And then on Amud Beis also my Marim of Shabbos, and then where do we get up to? The first wide line, right? Yeah, that's what we're up to.
Something like that.
You're up to Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi.
Yeah, I'm Rabbi Yeshua, right? Kol Aina Amen
Which
Yehesh Rabba. Right? Yeah, okay, so
Yes,
ready? So
yes.
I'm sorry, where are we?
First wide line of Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi.
Base.
One second. What Daf?
Kuf Yud Tes Amud Beis.
Kuf Yud Tes Amud Beis. Thank you.
First
No
widest line. First widest line.
Yeah. Right, so I'm Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Kol Aina, right from the more famous Gemaras in Shas. Kol Aina Amin Yesh Me'irav Avarach B'chol Koichai. Karen like Zardinoi. Right, anybody who answers Yesh Me'irav Avarach with all his strength, they rip up his Zardin. Shnema B'fraya Price B'Yisrael B'Snadev Baruch Hashem. Right, when he's going to take payments, right, which really means like punishments, yeah, and but it's not even Baruch Hashem, and when the nation makes themselves Nadavas to Hashem, so then my time of B'fraya Parayis, why are there the bad things stop happening? Because they bench Hashem, right? And this is a famous Machlokes Rashi Tosfos. Rashi says B'chol Koichai is B'chol Kavanasa. You do it all your Kavana, right? And Tosfos says Yesh right. And Tosfos here doesn't say it. Tosfos here actually agrees with Rashi, right? It means b'chol with all the right at the end of the Tosfos b'chol rum, right? You have to say it loud. So either it's b'chol koichai or b'chol kavanose. I had somebody last week hacking me a chanik that the person said, I don't know if it's a male or a female, said that they answer Yehesh Me'irav with all their strength, and the bad gezeros don't stop for them. So what do I have to say about that?
You don't believe in the segulos anyway.
Okay, but it's not really a segula. This is a Gemara. Is that Landau?
Yeah.
We were looking for you on Friday because...
I went on Friday, and then I had to do something, and I left.
Okay, of course you left, because before you got to the Gemaras about the importance of eating malava malka.
Right? You already had 3 days of that.
We're not going to ask if you ate shalashudas today, but the importance of eating malava malka and having something hot.
I came up with a new idea for that. I'm going to go on Hatzalah calls during shalashudas so I don't have to eat it.
Here. Okay. That is a mahalach. Just don't daven for people to get sick. That's all. All right.
Okay. But yeah, anyway, I couldn't stay on anyway. You were on your phone. I have to see your face.
There you go. Okay. So Rabbi Chia bar Abba Rabbi Yochanan Filu Yesh by Shemetz Shal Avodah Zarah Ma'ichlin. Even if you have a little bit of Avodah Zarah in you, then you're still going to be Ma'ichl. K'siv hachem b'fraya price, k'siv hasam ki paruah. Meaning if you bench Hashem. So Amar Shalosh Kol Ayin Amen b'chal koyach pa'iskan l'shari Gan Eden. If you answer Yesh Me'irav with all, I'm sorry, not Yesh Me'irav, just Amen, with all your strength, pa'iskan l'shari Gan Eden. Shenemer pischu sharim v'yavei God tzaddik shomer amunim. Right, open up the gates and let the tzaddik come in. Right, shomer amunim who shomer amunim. Al tikri shomer amunim ela shomer amen. Right, that they answer amen. My amen. Amar Abchanina kel melech nemon. So when you answer amen, you're supposed to have in mind kel melech nemon. That look at the bottom Tosfos right there. Amar Abchanina kel melech nemon. Tzarich laharer by b'shah. You have to think Kel Melech Neman whenever you answer Amen, which is that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Some Rabbi Yehuda Breder Rav Shmuel B'Shmei the Rav Einat Leika Matzuya El B'Makom Sheyesh Chil Shabbos. Right? It says you don't have fires only in places that have Chil Shabbos. And Emavim Leisishmu Helei Lekadosh Yom Shabbos Elvilti Sheis Masa. Right? It says, but if you're not going to listen to me, then you're not going to be able to carry any weight. then there's going to be a fire in your gates, and the Armoin, how do you call the Armoin? The palaces in Yerushalayim, and they're not going to go out. They're going to get burned. My Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak, B'shah she'ein b'nei adam between l'chvaysim, when there's people not around to put it out, which is on Shabbos, because they can't put out the fires, like we've been learning. You're not allowed to put out fires on Shabbos. Amar Rabaya, lo yichaver Yerushalayim. This is mamish apropos for starting for this week. Lo yichaver Yerushalayim ela b'shvil shechilu b'as Shabbos. Halimu einayim va'achal b'saycham. Right? They were Michal Shabbos. They forgot about Shabbos, and then I made it cool amongst them. They didn't say Kriya Shema. It's a woe, right? It means woe. Mashkive biker, those that get up early in the morning, are beautiful, and they just run after beer, right? And therefore they don't end up doing Kriya Shema. Kinar v'novel type v'chalil v'yayin m'shtein v'estol Hashem lo yabitu. Right? It says, and the harp and all the different instruments, but they don't look at Hashem. Yeah, we're on Kufya Testament base. We didn't finish the Daf from yesterday. Yeah, and Parad Ziskin.
I sent him over. Figure it'll be the first time he's live.
There you go. Okay, we should put him on the screen. Put him on the screen.
Absolutely. Right,
there you go. This is a corona, right? This is what people were saying about corona, right? That because they closed up the schools. So Yerushalayim was only batul because it was bitl by Tinag Shabbos Ram. Shenem b'shvayich al oil b'chutz. Right, so oil is a word for that means kids. Ma tam shvayich mishum da oil b'chutz. Why was it shvayich? Why was it spilled out? Because the kids were outside. Amar ula l'chaver Yerushalayim elav b'nei shaloi oilhem b'shas panim zem. He said they weren't embarrassed from each other. Shenem b'ravishu am b'sh le'yevashu. Fine. Amar Yitzchak l'chaver Yerushalayim elav b'shul shushu katan v'gadol. They equaled small and big, right? Shenemar v'haya ka'am ka'ams ka'ama ka'kayin uksib asrei havay tavay ka'aretz. Fine. So Amar Breder of Shimon Amar of Shimon Amar. What about? By the way, what does that mean? Shushu katan v'gadol. What does that mean? Well, which one is the chisaron? Making the cotton into a gadol or the gadol into a cotton?
Both. The gadol into a cotton. The gadol into a cotton.
I want to tell you it's also making a cotton into a gadol is also bad. Certainly making the gadol into a cotton is bad, but it seems like it's also bad to make a cotton into a gadol.
It's also bad for young people not to wear masks because they don't care if old people get affected by it.
I hear. All right, that's a fair point.
I don't see that in Rashi's footnotes, but I hear you.
There is Bongo Kali. Don't come to this Bongo Kali, but no, because you're being hushed for cotton legadol, I guess. Fine. So I don't know what the pshat is. I didn't see anything about it. So Amar Amar, if anybody has any pshat, let me know. Amar Amar, Breder of Shimon.
Well, that's what's happening now, today. Every yokel has his voice on the social media.
Now you're gonna go down. You're gonna bring it into social media. Okay.
This is what it is. Cotton kagodl. Every whatever. Nothing is yeah.
Okay, that's a good word. I hear that. I have my own little vertluch. Maybe I thought about it, but I'm not going down there because we will stop learning for the rest of the night if I tell you my. Maybe we can talk about it.
So tell us after.
That's what makes COVID.
That'll be better.
Look what happening to America today.
On the edited version of it. Anyways, equality. Okay, there's no equality in Yiddishkeit. That we know, correct? All right. Well, just that's yeah. Okay. Anyways, maybe let's do with the Gemara that we said that yesterday is Chaver, 2 days ago, his Chaverim said, who was it? Rav Yossi, he said if his Chaverim told him to duchen, he would duchen, right? Meaning you can't. He said he would duchen anyways, but I'm saying a kayan's a kayan. Yisrael can't make himself a kayan. Kayan can't make himself. Yisrael can make himself a kayan. Anyways, this is obviously the number one Machlokes causing Gemara, because everybody thinks they see their friend do something wrong and they don't want a korban, so therefore they go give mustard. And you know where that ends up, right? So, okay, so they didn't give mustard to each other. Right? They were their leaders were like kayolim, like that they didn't find any place to graze. Just like by goats, we had this before a bunch of blood ago, that the head goes by the tail. So of the next one, so they put their faces into the ground, and they were only that's it's hard because they were vazatam chacham. Never you malivim, but Malachi Elokim uvaizim dvar was asam ben aviv, and they basically mavaze the chacham aralois chama Hashem ba'amoy ad la'ein marpe, right, until Hashem, the anger of Hashem went up against his nation, and there was no healing from it. Ma'ad la'ein marpe Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav kol mavaze tam chacham elu refuah lemakase. If somebody's mavaze tam chacham, there's no refuah for his makkah. I don't touch my. It doesn't mean Mashiach. It means the ones that are anointed, and don't be bad against the Nevi'im. Don't Mashiach. Right, another famous Gemara. Because of the Havel of the Nega Shabbos Rabban. What about me and you? Right? Meaning we will learn Torah where we don't have, there's nothing to us. And the breath of somebody who never did a chet is better than somebody who did a chet. Right?
We lost you, Tiago.
You lost me? How about now?
You're going in and out. Unless it's only
call
me.
them? No, it could be. It's people. All right, I'm going to hang up and I'm going to
Tiago,
call.
I have an idea. Ask this kid to call in and mute yourself on your phone.
But why should you have your phone? What service you have? Verizon?
Because
you also have the
you'll
same
get better phone service.
What?
Or at least get some sort of video.
Does it work? No, he says it doesn't work either. Telling you, they overload the system on weekends. Should I call in or should I continue like this?
No, I'm saying call in with Ziskin's phone. Leave your video on.
He doesn't have
your video.
He doesn't have his phone on him. My kids just disappeared to get them to call in. Okay, when my kids come out, I'll. Okay. Just let me know if it doesn't, if it stops working. We don't stop the kids from learning, even to build the Beis Hamikdash. Rabbi Yehuda Nasiya and Rish Lakish said to Rabbi Yehuda Nasiya, "Kach mekublani me avoisei v'amrila me avoisecha." Right, depends. It was either his father's or the Rabbeinu Hakadosh's father. Kol ir she'en b'tinok sheb'srav. City that doesn't have a school is going to be a korban. Ravina Amar Machriman, I said, put into Chair. Amar Rava, the Chavi Yishalayim Ela B'Shir Shepaskum Mimena Anshe Amona. Parrots, what's with the mute button?
Yeah, I'm trying. Liner.
Amar Rava, the Chavi Yishalayim Ela B'Shir Shepaskum Mimena Anshe Amona. That they'll stop being people that of truthful people. Shenemar. Right? Look in Yerushalayim and look around and look in the streets. And Tim Tuish, if you find a person, if you find somebody who does proper judgment, then I'm gonna forgive you. And it's not true.
Excuse me, Yaakov.
Yeah.
Sorry. What is the 2 lines before? What does the hevel mean? the hevel of,
I think it just means their breath. When they learn, so they breathe out.
Okay, fine.
The hevel, that's I thought I said it. Okay, yeah, but that's what it is. I mean, that's the way everybody understands it. All right. So afilu b'shas kishloinish Yerushalayim le'pasku mena anshe amana. The Gemara says we just got finished saying that there's a churban because there were no truthful people in Yerushalayim, and now the Gemara is saying that even by the churban there were people, truthful people. Shenemar ki sofes ish ba'achid beis aviv leimar simla leicha lacha katzin tiyalanu. Right? When a person will grab his brother in his father's house, right, and you say you have clothing for me, and is going to be in charge of us. Things, right? So now this is a different thing. Things that people cover themselves with, which kisimla, like clothing, they should have in their hand, right? Meaning this is talking about where people are hiding things from their friends. That's what that v'machshela hazois tachas yodcha, and this machshela is things that's going to trip everybody up, right? Tachas yodcha should be under your hand. Varim she'ein bnei adam oimdim aleim right now on Amud Aleph. Varim she'ein bnei adam oimdim aleim ela imkein nefshalom ben yeshna tachas yodcha. Things that people are not going to understand unless people first they trip up. That's what's going to be in your hands. So therefore, cuts into yalonu. Make sure you have people in charge, right? So that they'll help people not trip up before they. Meaning, don't learn from your mistakes. That's basically what it's saying. Yisa b'yaymahu leimar lo'eya chayvish. Right. This is weiter in the pasuk, and then that the leader is going to get up and say, "I'm not going to be a leader." Right? Ein yisa ela lashon shvua. The word yisa is the lashon of a shvua. V'cheinu omer le'sisa Hashem Hashem. Right? Don't say Hashem's name in vain. Lo'eya chayvish, and it says he's not going to be a ruler. Lo'eya mechayvshei atzem v'samerish. He's not going to be from people that what do you call it? That hide in the besmerish. V'chisi, but basically ein lechem ve'ein simla. In my house, there's no food and no bread and there's no similar, there's no clothing. She'ein b'yadi like mikra like Mishna like Gemara, because he's saying I don't know anything, right? So basically he's answering. People just didn't want to be the leaders, meaning there was no leadership whatsoever. Yeah, because maybe if a person's going to say I could learn, they're going to say so tell us what it is. So he should have answered. So the Gemara says he should have said I did once know how to learn, and I forgot how to learn. So my what does it mean? I'm not gonna be hidden in the Beis Medrash. Klal, right? He says I don't know anything. Like Kasha kan b'divrei Torah, kan b'masu matan. So we answer no. One is talking about a divrei Torah, and one is talking about a masu matan, right? So in Torah, there were people that were truthful, that they weren't right, but for business they were not. Right? Fine. Okay. That's the end of the Agada to Gemaras. So now we go back to saving things from a fire. Is it okay, parrots? Is it clear? Okay. Zok the Mishna. Yeah. Matzil and sal moli kikros. You're allowed to save a basket full of bread, full of loaves of bread. Even if it has 100 sudas, meaning even if it's a really big basket, you're allowed to save it. Then the Gemara is going to ask the question based on what we learned before, that you're only allowed to save 3 sudas, and here it's saying you're allowed to save up to, not even up to, there's no max, right? So that's, but that's what the Mishnah says. You're allowed to save a basket.
Could it be different because it's one item? Could it be different because it's one item?
Right, yes, very, very good. That's going to be the Gemara's teretz, right? The eagle shall devela, and you can take a cake of devela, of dates, figs, the chavish shall yain, and a barrel of wine, and you can tell others, you're allowed to go tell others, come and save for yourselves. The Gemara is going to discuss that there's a difference in that lashon. He says, save for yourselves. And if they're smart people, right? If they're smart, then they should make a cheshbon after Shabbos that he should have to pay them, right? So Leichan Matzil, and I say, where are you allowed to save these things to? L'chatzam or reves. You're allowed to save it to a chatzah that has a what do you call it? An eruv. And b'seir oimer, this same machlokes that we had 2 blot ago. And b'seir oimer after she'enim reves, you're allowed to save it even to a place that doesn't have an eruv, right? Yeah. Now, why would you be able to? Yeah. So we said because Ben Beseira holds, because we're afraid we have to let him try and save whatever it is that he could save. Right. The question is, according to the first Amud Amr, says that you're saving it to a chatzam or revis. Why do you have to stop saving things at all? Right? It's a chatzam or revis. Like you said, Rabban, you said, right, he carries his potato chips the whole Shabbos afternoon. Why can't he carry his potato chips out of the house? So then we said that's because we're going to allow him to save everything. We're afraid he's going to end up putting out the fire. Fine. Well, the sham might for using for the meals. He can bring out cups and plates and forks and knives and whatever it is. Fine. But he could wear whatever it is that he needs to wear. And he could also put on any clothing, right? Meaning just put on meaning, if you have to run out, you put on 4 shirts and 3 jackets, right? Rabbi Yossi Omer Yudches Kalim, the Gemara is going to say which you're allowed to put on 18 Kalim, right? 18 types of clothing, and that's it. So he's machmer that you can't put on more than you would normally wear. But then you can go back in and then wear it again. And then bring it out. This one, you see here, it changes. And you can tell others, come and save with me. So when it was coming to food, the Gemara says, save for yourselves. When it came to clothing, he says, save it for me. Again, there's a machlokes here, what you're allowed to save. The Tanna Kama holds that you're allowed to save as much clothing as you can, as long as you just wear as many articles as you can. Rabbi Yossi says you're only allowed up to 18 different types, but you can keep running back and forth, as long as you wear them and you don't carry them out. Okay, in the Reisha, right? In the previous Mishna, we said that it's 3 sudas and that's it. So one is where he's this is the first teretz, right? He's coming to save it, and and here he's coming. He wants to put a bunch of baskets together, right? If you're coming to save, so you could save whatever's in that one basket. But if you're going to try and save a bunch of baskets, you can only put up to the amount of food for 3 sudas. He says different teretz. They're both coming to talk about cases where you are trying to combine baskets. One is talking about to that chatzar that your house is, and one is to a chatzar acheres. When it's going to a acheres, then you're only allowed to bring 3. I'm not sure what this means exactly. I mean, I understand what it means, but what he's basically takes his coat or his shirt, he lays it out, and then he puts stuff in it, and then he rolls it over, and keeps rolling it, and in each level, or folding it, and each part he keeps putting in more and more food, right? Now, I don't know why he can't just put it all into make his clothing, his jacket into one big basket, and that will be that, right? So I'm not sure why. Okay, but whatever it is, he's putting a little bit in it, then he's rolling it up, putting in more, then he's rolling it up, putting in more, rolling it up. So again, Peter then he folds it up, and then he what? What do you say?
He said he's makbid on basa b'chalav.
Well, so that's why he's making a separation in between. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that shot. Okay, very good. Right. For kipol v'niach, right? So then so then what would be the din then? So is it kivala hatzel dummy? Is that considered like he's saving one basket because it's all in one clothing, like kivala kaval dummy, or is it like he's coming to do a bunch of baskets together? So my answer is ate Rav Shizvi l'Rav Chisda b'darash b'bat shalayavi klishu machzik yosem v'gimel sudas shma min kivala hatzel dummy v'shaper dummy, meaning he's not when Rav Chisda says, as long as he brings one kli, then then it's only in one kli, meaning as long as it's in one thing, then it's fine. It's considered lahatzel. It's only considered a kafel if you bring multiple different kalim, right? So therefore it would be okay to do this, to wrap it up in coats. I'm getting bit up out here, not like crazy. Right? So why did he say that there's a mistake? Right? Because he said before, Rabbi says that Rav Shizri is making a mistake. Because we said as long as he doesn't bring another kli and v'yiklik, kli acher v'yitzaref, kli acher hu delay aval b'hu mana kama debai matzah. His mistake was it's kli acher, right? He could bring another kli, but he cannot. But that kli itself, whatever he could save in it, that's it. But you cannot bring another kli. Okay, fine. Eagle shel tvela, so you can bring an eagle shel tvela. Right, but then see, it's a very interesting thing. I keep meaning to discuss it, so it's a little dry, this stuff. So maybe I'll mention it now. See, it says eagle shel tvela chulu, right? Whenever the Gemara does that, it's not talking about eagle shel tvela. It's going on the chulu part. For whatever reason, the Gemara, I don't know why the Gemara doesn't just quote the part that it's going on. Right? You get what I'm saying? Eagle shel tvela. You think the Gemara is going to discuss about the cake of figs? It's not. It's discussing the next part of the Mishna that says that you're supposed to make a cheshbon. If they're smart, they make a cheshbon, right? And they charge the guy, which is exactly what this Gemara is going to be talking about. Okay, so I don't know why the Mahalach of the Gemara is to do that. So anyway, so cheshbon ma'avidatei. Again, he tells that if the people are smart, the ones that help the guy save his stuff, if they're smart, they ask him to pay for it, right? What is so the Gemara asks, what are you doing with a cheshbon? They were zeichen from hefker, meaning everything became hefker because his house is burning up, so everything was going to be gone. So therefore, what are they making cheshbonis? So Rav Chisda midas chasidus shonukan. We're talking about midas chasidus. We're talking about guys who are saving for him anyways, right? Meaning it's really hefker, so they could keep it themselves. But no, they're chasidim and they're nice, so they're going to give it to him. So Gemara says, Amar Rav. Chasidi agro the Shabbos shakli. So if they're Chasidim, they're going to ask the guy to pay them a salary for helping save their stuff on Shabbos. How can you do that? You're making money on Shabbos. We're talking about Yerushalayim. And they're Yerushalayim, so therefore they don't want to get benefit from somebody else's things for no reason. But they're not Chasidim, so they don't want to work for free. And this is what the Gemara is saying. If they're smart, the yadi that they know, they're smart and they know that this is not considered schar Shabbos because really they were doing it for free. So basically, it's looked at like it was a tip, meaning if they're educated enough to know that they can take advantage of the situation, right, and ask this guy to give them money, and it's not schar Shabbos, then they can make a cheshbon with him after Shabbos and try and get some money out of him. So again, we're talking about Yorei Shemayim who don't want to take things for free. However, they don't want to work for free either, right? So therefore, and if they're smart enough to know,
don't they want to help? Don't they want to help a guy whose house is burning down? Like what?
Yes, I have no idea. I don't. But we've had this before, right? We discussed it like a bunch of blot ago. Where what was in Nageya? Oh, when we said that cutting somebody else's grass on Shabbos, right, is a situation because or spilling things on somebody else's grass because I don't care about my friend's grass, right? So like, I don't understand what's going. Why don't you care about your friend's grass? You don't want your friend's grass to be green, right? It just seems like what?
You asked that, yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like they had very much business-like relationships back then. It wasn't very Hamish. I have a riot to this, but it's late. But I'll tell you very quickly. Like you're not allowed to give the halach is you're not allowed to give a guy food if he's not going to make a bracha, right? You give a friar guy food. You're not allowed to give him food unless he makes a bracha. Shlomo Zalman Auerbach has a chiddush, and he says, "B'zman hazeh," that's going to cause animosity you're sitting and eating food, and you don't offer it to your friend, and you don't offer it to him, so it's going to cause animosity. So therefore, better to give it to him, so he shouldn't have animosity. But I don't understand Rav Shlomo Zalman. Shulchan Aruch didn't have an animosity issue, right? All of a sudden, only now, so Elamai, I think back then in Shulchan Aruch's times, it was not accepted to share your food. There was none of this hamishkeit. It seems like in the Gemara, from these two Gemaras for sure, it wasn't a hamish zach, unless you were a chassid, right?
This talking specifically about food? Meaning, if let's say there was something else that you would not share, and we get.
Oh, we're talking about saving stuff from a fire. We're talking about grass. It's not just food. They weren't.
So why
if
you know someone's going to do a malacha, let's say you invite somebody that's going to drive home on Shabbos for the meal, why are you allowed to do that?
About that from that angle. No, because that's not going to cause animosity. Just don't invite them for Shabbos. Don't invite them for Shabbos.
No, but you once said that you are allowed to invite them for Shabbos.
That was a whole sugi. We spent a whole Shavuos night on that sugi once. That's a whole sugi. It's really not pushit. It's really not pushit at all. But I don't know. I think also because back then they just didn't have any money. It's not like out nowadays. Yeah, I'll share my food. I'll share. I'll help the guy save his house. And people just they didn't have that much money. I don't know. That's the way I understand it. I have no idea if I'm correct or not. Fine. So where can you save it to? Right? So again, the Gemara is not talking about where you could save it to. It's totally on the next Gemara. Right? Right? We pointed it out in the Mishna. How come at the beginning of the Mishna, when it talks about food, he says save for you, and when it talks about saving clothing, it's saying save for me. Buy food. He really is only allowed to save 3 sudas. So he says save it for yourselves, meaning if I can't keep the food, at least you guys can keep the food. But clothing, he can wear it all day, right? So he's allowed to ask the neighbors to tell him to save it for him, right? Or the people standing around, he can say, save it for me, because you're allowed to wear different. You're allowed to change your clothing as many times as you want, right? That's a 9 days thing. Like if you forgot to wear your clothing before the 9 days, so it's a big shaila in the poskim. Can you change your clothing during Shabbos 4 or 5 times so that's considered like it's already pre-warned before you usually ask this because he forgets, right? Naftali, this is your shaila. Is he there? Okay. If he's not there,
you're going to wear your big
Which Naftali? Me or Landau?
Naftali Liner. I said Naftali Liner. Every 9 days you ask me before Shabbos, can you wear your clothes?
Yes.
Right?
I'm here.
There you go. So this Gemara, it's clear that you're allowed to change as many times as you want. Now you're talking.
But I'm
about
saying on Shabbos you're going to change into your big day chol a few times.
You use it. I'm talking about
Gemara.
My question is always, can I change my shirt for a meal? I'm wearing it on Shabbos. I'm using it for the meal.
Right. So now what I'm saying from this Gemara, he's not just wearing Shabbos clothing in his house. Most of his clothing is weekday clothing.
Right. Okay.
I think. Ich weiß nicht. Okay, whatever. Starting what about it? He wears mitzi, takes it out, and then takes off the clothing. And he goes back and he puts on his clothing, goes back in, back out. He's allowed to do this the whole day. Now, clearly, we're talking about where the house is burning, but it's obviously not a sakon of him to keep going back into the house to get his clothing. Right? Because if it's a sakon of him, then it would be assur. So exactly what kind of fire that is, I don't know. There's 18 kelim. Only the 18. Mikturan is Maktura and Unkali or Punda. These are all Maktura and Unkali are 2 types of coats. Punda is a belt. Kalbus Shopishton, right? They obviously wore a lot of clothing back then. A Kalbus Shopishton is made out of what do you call it? Pishton, linen. V'chaluk in a shirt, pilois and a robe. Mafiris is some sort of like a smock or something. Ushnei sparkin and 2 things on the legs. Ushnei manalim 2 shoes. I'm assuming 2 shoes means 1 for each foot, right? For each leg. Ushnei antalias and 2 socks. Ubeis pargud and 2 like socks that cover the whole leg. The chagur shebemasnav and a belt for his what do you call Mosna, for his stomach, for Kaivish Shabarosha, and a hat, and then a scarf. Fine, those are the 18 things that you're allowed to wear. I would imagine, but I don't know, that Bismanazeh, you would not get those 18. And it has to be for the derech that you wear in those times, right? All these leggings, these type of things, the stomach, you wouldn't be able to, I think. Yeah. Okay. Zok the Mishna. Rishim v'nan assignment. Parson or now this next sugya. I'm sorry for saying it, but this is a major sugya. Okay. It's not so much for Shabbos as it is more for Yom Tif. But this whole sugya now is talking about grama, right? So if you want to get involved in the Shabbos mode ovens, whether you could turn them on Yom Tif, shut them off, all those type of things, and thermostats and video cameras and all these things that are gramas, this is the sugya for you. Okay, so Zog the Mishnah. Parson or Shogdi al Gabi Shida Table Migdal. You're allowed to spread out the skin of a goat on top of a Shida Table Migdal. On top of those are different types of boxes. If there's a fire on it, because what it's going to do, it's not going to burn. The leather doesn't burn. Yeah. So therefore, it's going to make the fire not spread all over. Right? You're allowed to make a mechitza with all kalim, whether the kalim are full of liquid or not. Meaning there's a fire spreading. So what you're going to do is you're going to take kalim either with liquid in it or without liquid in it, and then the fire it'll stop the fire from spreading. He says you're not allowed to do with earthenware kalim that are full of water. They're not going to be able to hold the fire, but it's they can pull out the fire. Now, see, the Tanna Kama doesn't seem to care whether the kalim is going to discuss this on base. Rabbi Yossi seems to say that even if it's a grama, this is no bigger grama than this, because all you did was put down a pot with water in it. The fire is going to by itself come and spread to the pot, and it's going to crack the pot, and then it's going to put out the fire. That's a grama. So seemingly, Rabbi Yossi holds that putting something out or doing something with a grama on Shabbos is going to be assur. Fine. So we'll see on a base. Let's say you have a talis and it's starting to burn on one side, right? So you can put water on the other side so you don't lose your entire talis. And if it goes out, it goes out. So meisvei, the Gemara asks on this, or if you have a talis that's starting to burn, you can take it off and you could put it on yourself. Again, another Gemara which I don't understand what this means, right? So you're gonna spread it out and you're gonna cover yourself with it, and somehow that's gonna make it not spread. Why that's not a sakana, I have no idea. And if it goes out, it goes out. And let's say there's a Sefer Torah starting to burn. You unroll it, and you start reading it, and then right? And then if it goes out, it goes out. So what do you see from here? That you're not allowed to directly put it out. See, the first case, the Rabbi Yehuda Marav said that you're allowed to put water on the other end of the talis, so then it's gonna, for sure that the fire is gonna be put out by the water. And here the Brisa says you can only do it with some sort of grama. So going to answer now, we're on a base. Uda Amar Reb Shimon ben Nanas. He's going like Reb Shimon ben Nanas that in the Mishna, right? Which he says that you're allowed to cover over the box with the skin, right? So therefore, that's not a problem. So the Gemara says, that's only because it's going to get singed. Gram kiva mi Amar. Does he say you're allowed to do a grama mamish? So the Gemara answers yes. Megatani sefer Rabbi Yossi Eiser b'chli cheres chadash le'emayim she'eni yichal l'kabel assur ve'im nispakan l'chavenas ad leika. Right. So yes, because Rabbi Yossi says that you're not allowed to put a kli cheres there, new ones, because it's going to break and put out the fire. So clearly he holds that grama is not allowed. That's mashma. That the first mandam on the Mishna holds that grama is allowed. So we see from this that the Tanna Kama says it's going to be mutter, right? Fine. So Taner Rabbanan Ner Shal Gabi Tavla. Now we get into a little muksa here, and then we deal with grama too. So Taner Rabbanan Ner Shal Gabi Tavla. So a ner that's on top of a table. The tabla really means a board, but it means a table. So menar, and then you want to right? You're allowed to, you want to get it off there. So menaras tabla, fellas. You shake the table, and then the fire falls off him. Kavsa. Now, if it goes out, it goes out, right? So meaning. Basically, you want to go because when there's something muksa that's choshev on a table, then the table becomes muksa itself. So you got to knock this thing off, right? Yeah. So you're knocking this thing off, and it's gonna go out. I mean, you don't know if it's gonna go out, but if it goes out, it goes out. So what do you see from that? So that's going to be a grama, and you're allowed to do it. That's only, now this is a parenthetical thing. That's only if you should get you're only allowed to shake the table. But if you put it there, like people do with the Shabbos table, you purposely put it there, and then nasa basis, then the whole table becomes a basis, and therefore you're not allowed to move it at all, even when the candle goes off, because it retains its muksa for the entire Shabbos, right? Yes, so Tana Ner Shachariyat, then another case. Tana Ner Shachariyat, you have a fire, candle that's behind the door, Pesach, V'noyel Tidarka, you're allowed to open and close the door your regular way. If comes to and it goes out, it goes out. So light lo Rav, light literally means cursed, right? Rav meaning he's very unhappy with this psak. My time in why was Rav so unhappy with this? If you say that Rav holds like Rabbi Yehuda, we haven't had this in a few blocks, but Rabbi Yehuda holds that Dover Shenim is also, meaning if you do something unintentional, it's also. So here, when you open the door, you're gonna bring a wind into the room, and it's gonna put out the fire. So even though it's unintentional, Rabbi Yehuda holds it's also. So Rav held like Rabbi Yehuda, so therefore he was unhappy with the psak. The Tana Katani like Rav Shimon, and the Tana holds like Rav Shimon. So again, Rav holds like Rav Yehuda, who would say it's assur, and the Tana holds like it's Rav Shimon, who says it's mutter mishum. The Rav saw like Rav Yehuda called the Tana Rav Shimon Meilat Laile. So because Rav holds like Rav Yehuda, that means anybody that holds like Rav Shimon, he's going to curse. So Amarlei, but feel Rav Shimon Maida. No, they hear Rav Shimon is going to be Maida. Why? And as Adoilim hopefully should be mechamed to this, the Abai and Rava, the Arat Avayu, because Abai and Rava both say Maida Rav Shimon almost. Even Rav Shimon, who holds that something unintentional is mutter, but if it's going to automatically happen, like chopping off the chicken's head, and it's not going to die, right? Of course it's going to die. Even there, Rav Shimon's Maida, that's assur. Fine. Some of you, so that's why he was upset, because he felt that when you open the door, it's definitely going to put out the fire. Fine. A person is allowed to similar Gemara. He's allowed to open a door at neged a madura on Shabbos. Abaya cursed and said, again, I don't want to use the lashon curse, but he was unhappy. But my askina, what are we talking about? If there's a regular common wind, my time in the Mount Assur, why should it be assur? If it's a common wind, then you shouldn't expect it to go out, right? And my time in the Mount Ashuri. If there's wind blowing that's not common, so why would the Mandomer say it's mutter? You know that if you open the door and it's very windy outside, you know it's going to automatically put it out. So he answers. The Gemara answers, it's really talking about a Ruach Matsuya and Mar Sava Gazrina and Mar Sava like Gazrina. And one says you have to make a gezerah that if you're going to allow somebody to open a door, even when there's a common wind, you may end up opening it when it's even not a common wind. And the other one says, no, you don't have to make such a gezerah like that. Yeah. Now, how do we paskin? It's interesting. If you look in the Tosfos to the right, so Tosfos says because Abaye was light, he was unhappy with this, and Abaye is the last one. He's the basra. Then you're not allowed to. So therefore, you're not allowed to open a door when it's near a candle. He says, but then Tosfos says, but that's only when it's close to the door. If it's a little further away from the door, then it's not going to automatically be put out. So therefore, it's going to be okay. Right? Let's do a few more lines. I know it's a little late. Let's do a few more lines. Yeah. Ice and mechitza, so you can make a mechitza. right? So Lememra the Rabbanan Sabri Gram Kivoy Mutter. Do you mean to say, like we just said on the top of the Amud, that the Rabbanan hold that Gram Kivoy is Mutter? Meaning, right, Rabbi Yossi saw a Gram Kivoy also. Rabbi Yossi says that Gram Kivoy is also right, because again, Rabbi Yossi says you're not allowed to put these jugs, new ones, they're going to bust and put water all over the place, right? But that's Mashma Rabbanan holds you're allowed to. So is that the Machlokes here, where the grama of extinguishing of a grama is mutter or assur? This is the opposite. By the way, for the reason why this has such a practical application is because on Yom Tif, everybody agrees that Gram Kivoy is mutter, right? The shaila is how do you apply it. So therefore, that's where you get into the whole star K with the Shabbos mode oven, because when you rig the buttons that it works with a grama, so then it's, well, the truth is in Yom Tif it's gram havara is also mutter, right? So that basically what they star K did with the Shabbos mode oven for Yom Tif is made everything as a grama, right? How come you can't do it for Shabbos? Because Shabbos we pass in l'chumra that you can't do it for a grama. Either way, so it seems like that's the Machlokes in the Gemara. So the Gemara says, "Ifcha shamina lo," but we heard the opposite, right? The Tanya, because we have a brayso, oisim mechitza bekelim rekon. You're allowed to make a mechitza with empty kelim, but with malayin shein darken l'shtaver, and you're allowed to make it with full kelim that will not normally break from fire. Ve'elu malayin shein darken l'shtaver, which are the ones they're not, the derech is not to break. Klimatchas, metal, right? Those are the things. Metal is not going to break from fire, so therefore you'd be able to put it there. Kafar shichin of kli kfar shichin, right? That's the name of types of kalim. Kli kfar chananya ain't dark lishtaber. Those are not, the derech is not for them to break. But either way, you see that Rabbi Yossi also has a problem. I'm sorry, the Tanakama also has a problem here. Meaning both Tanakama and Rabbi Yossi agree that the kalim can't break. So l'chayra. See, it's a little misleading because the Gemara says ifcha shamina. We don't see ifcha, which just seems to be more of a steer of the Rabbanon. Rabbi Yossi's halacha stays the same. So that's what the Gemara says. V'chitem eipach masnisen v'Rabbi Yossi the brayso the Vrayim Kamer. Let's switch the Mishna, and then Rabbi Yossi in the brayso is talking according to Rabbanon. Umi matzis afchaslei ifchaslei. Can we switch it? Right? V'amar Rabbi bar Tachlivim Shmei Rab Mantana Gram Kivoy assur. Who's the one that says Gram Kivoy is assur? Rabbi Yossi. It's Rabbi Yossi. So you can't switch it. Don't switch it. Brisa cooler of Yossi, and the entire Brisa here is Rabbi Yossi. This is what we're saying. You're allowed to make a mechitza with empty kalim, that if they do break, they're not going to put out the fire. And with full kalim, it's not the derech if it's not the derech to break. These are the types of kalim that don't break. Kli matchas, kli kfar shichin, kli kfar chananya. Yeah, so we're saying that whole brayso is Rabbi Yossi, but Enochanami, the Rabbanon hold that you are allowed to use kalim that would break, right? Okay, so we should stop here because then it's a new sugya. I'm sorry if you're going a little fast, but we have to catch ourselves up. I hope it was semi understandable, and I thank you everybody for tuning in so fast after Shabbos. And a good vach, and a good yar, and everything good.
Well, that case where the candle's knocked off the table, why don't we think it's a vadai that it's going to go out?
Oh, that's Taisus Kasha. Very good, Naftali. You must ate Shalosh Shudas today.
I just ate Mav Maka.
Oh, there you go. I wish I ate Mav Maka.
It's David HaMelech speaking
Taisus
through me.
says it's talking about where there's no oil in there, so then it wouldn't for sure go out, because the oil, you're assuming that the oil is going to put out the wick when it spills all over it. He's talking about where there's no oil. That's basically Taisus Taretz. Very impressed. Yes, very impressed.
Yaakov, there is a light that has the bug zapper. The small rechargeable.
Oh, yeah? No, Mommy came around. Mommy heard me, and she came around spraying me. I don't know if you saw it. She came around spraying me with the bug spray. So now I stink. That's a dedicated mother right there.
Like you didn't stink before. All right.
Yeah. All right, fine. Okay.
Good luck.
Have a safe trip back, Gershon.
Thank you. You too.
I hope so. Yes, both of our cars need a lot of bracha, right? So
Yeah.
okay.
You're going
good
tonight
talk.
also?
No, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I think tomorrow. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Fine.
I got to get on the road. Okay.
All right.
Yashikayas. I get the bus. Amen.